Wrestling.
Oh yeah! Welcome everybody to Grind City Wrestling. I am Dustin Starr. Be sure to follow us on social media at Grind City Media. Take that subscribe button to Slap City wherever you're watching, especially right here on YouTube. Of course, the archives. There are all sorts of great interviews with the biggest superstars in wrestling. Head over to grindcitymedia.com/podcast. There's a lot to catch up on because I feel like we haven't done this podcast in a minute. It's only been a couple of weeks, but we had some great interviews drop with Scotty Riggs and WWE legend Brooklyn Brawler. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, it is bell time. And we've got the whole family back together. Introducing first, he is an entrepreneur. He is a business owner. He is allegedly an A-lister. Ladies and gentlemen, you can catch him inside the octagon. Not fighting, but refereeing. It's E-Rock Eric McMahon. Yo, what's up, E?
What a lot's up, man. Got a new addition to the family, and so dad of 3, all 5 are under with a newborn.
God bless you, brother.
I'm gonna leave it there. No, yeah, thank you. We're tremendously happy and blessed, but it's a lot.
Yes, sir. Congratulations.
Don't worry, you'll find out soon.
If you
I will. In October, I will find out. Congratulations are in order. Be sure to follow Eric on Twitter at @E_MacLife. MacLife. All right. Not waste any time. Let's bring in the third man in the trio. He's one of the best follows on all of social media. If you ask me, you can follow him at Devin_Walker 2. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Devin Walker. Baby!
Yo, we've been off this pod for a while, and I've been fiending to talk about some wrestling because we know that's one thing I do in the off season. I tap into a lot of wrestling, whether it's local, whether it's national, whether it's global. I've been wanting to get some shit off, bro, and today I'm gonna be able to get some shit off. So let's rock out.
First and foremost, I'm taking a look at that NWO Wolfpack t-shirt. You know, we've had a little bit of NWO here in the house at Memphis Wrestling for the last couple of weeks. Not Wolfpack though. More like Buff Bagwell, but I'm loving the Stinger shirt right here. Is that an original?
So this is an OG Stinger shirt, bro. You know I don't do any rebrand. I don't do any repurpose shirts. We do straight OG. This Sting shirt is from, let's see, NWO. I think it's
probably 98. I'll say 98.
That's 97.
Yeah, 97. It says 97 down here on the WCW. So yeah, my dog Sting. You know, we don't do anything but the real classics because.
And you guys are completely no-selling the video of me and my little homie Ethan with the NWO Wolfpack.
Oh, I responded to it, bro. Like, I know. You gotta teach them early, bro. You gotta teach the kids early. That's one of the greatest theme songs of all time. Teach them early. All kids, when they come out of the womb, they should hear the NWO Wolfpack theme song.
Yeah. Hey, I think the NWO Wolfpack theme song was recently used on an NBA playoff game. Did you guys see that?
It was, because the Timberwolves are going crazy and they played the Wolfpack. I love it.
Very cool. Well, Eric had a baby, so what have you been doing? Anything new? Anything new?
Shit, just watching wrestling, bro. Enjoying this off season. I know this is like it's not a good thing to have such a long break, I guess, because the team wasn't that good. But
it kind of is.
Yeah. But I've been able to recharge though, bro. Recharge, get my batteries intact, get my life intact, get my mentals intact. Watch a shit ton of wrestling. Watch a shit ton of sports. Look, bro. I've been fiending for this pod, bro. I've been fiending for 2 weeks. Let's go. Let's
Me too.
Let's dive. I'm trying to dive like Edge dove off that damn cage last week at Double or Nothing.
We're definitely going to talk about that. We've got a lot to talk about. I have a big weekend coming up. WWE talent scout Gabe Sapolsky is coming to town, so that's going to take me to Osceola, Arkansas. We have a seminar here on Saturday, and then, of course, a big television taping coming up here on Sunday. So we have some news and notes that we're going to have to hit. Memphis Wrestling is live this Sunday at the Wrestle Center featuring ECW legends. Tommy Dreamer is coming back, and also Kid Cash. Devin? Are you familiar with Kid Cash?
Yes, but I don't consider him a legend.
What would you consider him?
Just like a dude.
And I don't know, man. If you go back and look at some of the original ECW days, he looked just like Kid Rock. He was on fire. He was one of the most spectacular high flyers that they had at that time. But Kid Cash will be here live.
Kid Cash was nice. I want to ask you more about the Tommy Dreamer thing because I don't know if you saw. I don't think he was included in the pack. So WWE 2K24, they just added the ECW pack the downloadable content pack. And I don't think Tommy was in that downloadable pack. It was CM Punk, Dudley Boys, Terry Funk. Who else? Who am I missing?
The Sandman, baby.
Oh, how I forget the Sandman?
And listen to this. If this is not just either flat out luck or damn, I'm good, right? Seriously, on Monday Night Raw 2 weeks ago, we had just made the announcement that the Sandman is coming to Memphis Wrestling on Sunday, August 25th. The very next day, Sandman was on WWE Raw. It showed him smashing beer cans. He's a playable character on 2K. So, like, back to back, it's just been incredible. So, Sandman is coming August 25th.
130%.
Oh, dude, you got Sandman, I'll be there too.
You know we're going to give the people what they want on that. But anyway, we got a lot of pro wrestling to talk about. Those tickets are actually on sale right now, memphiswrestling.tv. A lot to talk about. Plus, we're going to get to the best wrestling we watched all week. But first, like I said, Memphis Wrestling is live this Sunday. Check it out.
Sunday, June 2nd, the innovator of violence, Tommy Dreamer, returns to Memphis Wrestling, plus ECW star Kid Cash. Meet them both at our VIP experience along with the stars of Memphis Wrestling. Save $5 with the code ECW at checkout. Reserve your seat right now at memphiswrestling.tv.
Welcome back to Grind City Wrestling. Tommy Dreamer, Kid Cash this weekend. But we've got some wrestling to tackle right now, and we haven't done it in several weeks. E-Rock, best wrestling that you watched all week, and I can't wait to hear this with a newborn.
Yeah, I don't have much time for wrestling right now. Okay, so you say newborn, but I also got a 5-year-old, and
right.
I have a almost 3-year-old. So it's not like and literally the minute I get home from work, and I work a lot, right? So I'm up very early. I work all day. I get home around 6:30 or 7. My wife is like, "Where have you been?" And then it's all about like the chaos of getting the kids to bed, getting them to like it's crazy. I haven't watched any, but literally, I do catch up on Dark Side of the Rings, and I watch the Legends and Rivalries on A&E, those documentaries, the WWE Legends and Rivalries. And I'll tell you what, man, like go and watch the Rock Hogan rivalry A&E. That is spectacular. They're talking about behind the scenes stuff. Hogan had a broken rib going into that WrestleMania match that I didn't know about. Did you?
Oh, which WrestleMania match?
Hogan Rock.
Oh, I heard he broke his rib after on the rock bottom. I got him.
No, he broke it by Rikishi in his tune-up match like a week earlier.
Oh, dang.
But anyways, it was a freaking awesome. It was awesome. But can I just tell you what my worst wrestling is? We all know what it is.
The worst wrestling you saw this week?
Well, in the last couple of weeks, Edge jumping off a freaking. Can we just get into this right now? Because
yeah, he's an idiot.
Okay. I'm not, I've done a lot of high spots. I've jumped in wrestling with you, Dustin, and whatever. Peek behind the curtain. I've done some things. But the one thing I do know about jumping that high is you do not land on your feet.
He got scared.
Yeah, he did get scared. He definitely got
scared. There was no even like a hit and roll. Even if you're going to do it, there's got to be a hit and roll. He literally looked like that was a reincarnation of Jim Cornette 30 years ago off the scaffolding match where he broke both of his legs. That was horrific to watch. And it was horrific to watch.
You've got to lay out. You got to lay out. You got to open up your body, and you got to land with your stomach so you can go through that table. And he didn't. He basically landed on his feet and hit him through the table.
He could have landed on. Yeah, you're right. Do you think he got scared, or do you just think he didn't judge the distance properly?
No, I think he got scared.
I think a little bit of both.
Well,
if you watch the jump, him jump, bro, you could tell like he was like he landed. It was like, oh shit, now I gotta finish this. Then hit him with the.
So do you think it was I got scared like when I was jumping, so I didn't catapult myself enough, and so I just kind of jumped off a little bit?
I think so. I saw a couple years ago at TupeloCon, this guy in front of like 100 people jumped off the top of the cage. Nobody cared, by the way. Jumped off the top of the cage, tore his leg all up, but he didn't commit. It was like he got up there and was like, oh shit, this is a little higher than I thought. And so he just barely jumped, and he ended up landing on his feet, and he tore his, I think, ACL, MCL. He tore his knee all up and was out forever, it seemed like. But it's just, you're not comfortable up there, man. And so you You short your jump a little bit, and then you try to land on your feet because you think it's going to be safer, and that's not safe. So those of you who don't know, Edge dove off the top of the cage at the pay-per-view, Double or Nothing this weekend, and broke his tibia. He's 50 years old. He was the TNT champion. He is a major star for this company, and now he's out for, I think, 6 months because he decided to dive off the top of the cage.
Imagine this, bro. What if this is the spot that ends Edge's career?
Man.
What if this is the spot? This is the spot that ends Edge's career because he's had such a resurgence in AEW, bro. Whether it's he's doing some of the same shit he was doing with Judgment Day, whether it's like the Brood, whether it's the Bloodbath, whether all that stuff. That's the same repackaged stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they were recreating all that, just like Judgment Day, and they were doing it with House of Black with Malachi. Yeah. Was a very nice touch to see Gangrel out there. Big shout out to our buddy Gangrel.
Shout out Gangrel. Favorite? He can, my favorite wrestler, can still hit that Impaler DDT like the best of them. But I just think this may be, we look at this whole situation, I think this may be the end of Edge, bro. I mean, I just have to say it. I think this may be the spot. He'll do like little small, I think this may be the end of Edge's in-ring career.
You stop at the top of the cage. Stop the momentum that Edge had. You stop the momentum that Christian had, this whole feud, the Malachi Black feud that they had, all that stuff has to go to the wayside. So now they have to come up with something brand new because of that dive off the top of the cage. Okay,
did it mean anything?
I don't think so. They had a barbed wire match. They had a barbed wire cage match after feuding for a couple of weeks. Dude, if you have a barbed wire cage match, this has to be such a feud. This has to be so nasty and so personal that there's no other way to settle it other than putting you in a cage and wrapping barbed wire around the top of it. Instead, 2 weeks, they're already at a barbed wire cage match.
Do you listen to 83 Weeks?
Every now and then. Yeah, I love Bishop.
I love 83 Weeks. It's actually replaced Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard. It's kind of my go-to now. Because it's more original content. Something to Wrestle retreads because Bruce is so big. But every week, this is exactly what Bischoff is talking about, is that, they never commit to any story. That's why the ratings are declining, and that's why they have wasted, like, Sasha Banks. I mean, they wasted her momentum. Will Ospreay, same thing. And now you're hot-shotting maybe one of their only real stories. They hot-shot it where bam, now it's over, it's done with, and it was just kind of poor planning. But listen to 83 Weeks because Bischoff crushes AEW every single week for this exact reason.
Off the break just a second. We got to go over to Devin for the best wrestling that he watched all week. And I can't wait to hear this. There's so much.
There's so much to pick from, bro. And I want to give a salute to, we're talking about the AEW pay-per-view, Sasha coming out. I can give a salute to MJF making his return with the tan and the Triple H with the vest. It doesn't hit the same with the vest, bro, when you're not as jacked as Triple H.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
That was dope.
It was a miss for me. AEW, for some reason, they have MJF make a return, and then he's not at Dynamite. If you make a big return at the pay-per-view, I feel like you have to be on that next show. You have to be. That we waited so long. You've got to put him on that next show. Anyway, sorry, I digress.
You have to. I agree. He got the tattoo on his leg. The salute to AEW.
Is it real? No, is it real?
That shit is not real.
I don't think it is either.
He gonna smudge that shit out about in the next couple months.
Next contract starting comes around.
Exactly. So that could be my best wrestling of the week. We've had some good matches on Raw. We've had some good storylines on Raw. I think the best wrestling of the week for me, though, and this is gonna go swerve all the way left, and you might not be surprised because if you follow me on Twitter, you know what I'm about to say.
Swerve? You gonna swerve to the left?
Hell no. Get it sexy, get it sexy, get it sexy, Sexyy Redd on WWE NXT television, dog. That's the best wrestling I saw all week. So WWE teased it 2 weeks ago. They said Sexyy Redd's going to be in NXT. I didn't believe it. I wasn't going to believe it. I was like, I'll believe this shit when I see it. The first segment of the show, Sexyy Redd comes out with the North American Women's title. I'm like, hold on now. We're doing
good too, didn't it?
Yeah, we're doing this. And I'm like, you know what? Because she said like 2 words. I'm like, there's no way they're going to let her actually be integrated in the show. She's going to do the quick little spot, quick little hitter, and she's out of there. And I'm like, how many times is she going to twerk on this show? She twerked twice in the opening segment. I'm like, okay. The WWE probably told her, hey, look, we're going to limit the twerk to 1 or 2 per segment. You can't be throwing that ass everywhere on our television show.
But hold on though. We just had Flo Rida and his dancers at this fundraiser that I did. And there was a conversation about this and dancing and twerking, and somebody raised their hand and said, well, look, you booked Flo Rida. What do you expect?
What do you expect?
So you booked Sexyy Redd. What do you expect, bro? She's gonna do her stuff.
Hey, let her get her shit in, bro. So then they cut to a backstage segment. She's with Trick Williams and I forgot him, the young cat. He's gonna be a next superstar. I forgot his name. She's with the segment with them, and she's like, "Let me walk y'all out for the main event." I'm like, "Hold on now, we getting the full episode of Sexy right now." So then Sexyy Redd comes out for the main event. Our guy Booker T's going crazy. Twitter was going crazy because Booker T they were like, bro, he's gonna get a call from Sharmell. He need to calm down because he was having a good time watching Sexyy Redd walk up and down that ring. She comes out with them. She gets in the ring. I wish I could play this clip. She gets in the middle of the ring, starts twerking. I'm like, whoa. If you see the clip, you see Trick Williams turn around. He looks, he's like, yo, is this really happening right now? Sexyy Redd's in the middle of the ring. She's with them throughout the match. She even helps him in the match. That Trick Williams gets attacked at the end, but all in all, bro, Sexyy Redd on NXT television is a gold star moment. Then after the fact, she goes backstage and she meets Shawn Michaels. They record the interaction because she loves the Sexy Boy theme song. She's singing and
Triple H tweeted, he said, we're lucky he didn't twerk, talking about Shawn Michaels.
So shout out to Shawn Michaels, shout out to Sexyy Redd, shout out to WWE NXT for booking Sexyy Redd and let her do her thing on WWE television, man. That was so dope. It was a great crossover moment.
I love it, and I think NXT is going to be hotter than ever. They're going to work the UFC program, I think, in Vegas. Is that right, Eric? NXT is a part of this UFC thing that they've got going on. They didn't pick SmackDown or Raw. They picked the NXT brand, which I think is very cool, fresh. Sexyy Redd was awesome. Best wrestling that I watched all week. I've got a couple of them that I'm just going to pepper at you. First of all, I love the story with Becky Lynch. She lost the championship at King and Queen of the Ring and then came back to the cage match, lost that. She was sitting in the middle of the ring, basically crying. So it made all the internet nerds to wonder, is Becky Lynch going to go to AEW with Sasha Banks? So now there's this big thing that her contract's over. All the fans are wondering of what's going to happen, just like Drew McIntyre. Drew later on said that there was never, ever in any plan or discussion to go anywhere else. It was always going to be WWE. I feel like Becky's going to be the same thing. But then at the end of Monday Night Raw, they did go off the air, but if you go on social, you can see this. Liv Morgan wins the championship and then kisses Dominic Mysterio on the mouth with tongue. There's this whole...
Why you gotta say it with tongue like that? Why you gotta say with tongue? Why you say it like that?
Because... it's like if I'm kissing a girl on television and I'm acting, my wife is definitely going to be zooming in there to see if I'm doing or if I'm
with. Hey, clip that. With tongue is crazy.
But they kissed.
I love it.
I thought it was great. They started with Liv Morgan in the background of these pre-tapes, and then one of her promo pictures has a purple bandana coming out of it, and then Dom gets involved with the match and accidentally, probably on purpose, helps her win. The story's really, really good. Jordan Grace appearing on NXT was freaking awesome.
Go back before we get into Jordan Grace. I want to talk about that. Rewind. Even further back in the storyline, they had when Rhea got hurt, she said, "I'm gonna take everything you love."
Yes.
So she took Dom, she took the belt, and what else is she gonna take?
The Revenge Tour, baby. The Revenge Tour is alive. I'm here for it. The stories that they're telling on Raw, just putting somebody in the background and making the people wonder what's going on, and people are tweeting about it. That's how you tell a story. You don't have to do in-ring promos all the time. You don't have to beat it over the head with beat it over the head like a dead horse or whatever. Like, let the people wonder what's going to happen. And so that story's great.
That's how you use the internet to your leverage too, because the internet's going to screen grab everything, right? And you use that screen grab to your leverage to tell a story. So salute WWE, man, for using the technology to their benefit.
Yep. And then jumping back on NXT, Jordan Grace being out there was absolutely awesome. I strongly believe that she is top 3 or 5 women's wrestlers in the world today. She is absolutely awesome. You mentioned Trick Williams getting attacked. What about all ego Ethan Page making his debut? A couple weeks ago, we had Sean Spears make his debut on NXT. NXT is the place to go right now.
It really is, bro. NXT is jumping. Shout out Shawn Michaels and like really getting that thing cracking. E-Rock, I've unsubscribed from her Patreon, bro. She doesn't look the same anymore. I think Lola.
Remember how?
I think Lola may be taking her spot. Either Lola may be taking her spot on NXT or what's her name? Hold on. Whoever the women's champion is. Hold on. Let me
my last note while you're looking that up is I wrote down let HBK cook. I don't know. He just updated his Twitter profile, by the way, where he has a chef's hat on and all that kind of. So he's buying into this big time. But I don't know if it's all like I don't know. Is he going to Triple H and saying, "Hey, I got this idea. Let's do this"? Is he getting credit for some of the stuff? I know he's getting credit for some of the stuff that's not necessarily him. But I would love to know that HBK, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, is so involved backstage with this creative of who they're bringing in. And I know that it's only going to get better for the independent wrestling organizations out there.
Jada Parker's her name. That's my favorite. I love Jada Parker, but I love her.
Hold on, Dustin. I need to ask you, do you truly believe that HBK is all in, full speed, diving in? I just find that hard to believe.
Me too. So this is we talk about this all the time behind the scenes. There are some wrestling veterans that are not good for the business. Like they'll tell you, don't go do that. You're going to be a mark, or don't take that picture. Don't do that seminar. It's a work. You know, they don't encourage the younger guys to do the stuff that they, should do. They want them to do it the same way that they used to do it. You know what I mean? They don't want people to get opportunities easier than what they got opportunities. And that's what's wrong with the wrestling business in some regards. But HBK, I love the fact that he watches wrestling, that he likes wrestling, because most of them say, oh, I don't watch it. I don't have to watch it because I wasn't on it. It's bullshit. You've got to watch it. Are you kidding me? If you're a professional, you think an NBA player doesn't go back and watch his highlights and what he did wrong and what he did right and get better and all that kind of stuff? I love the idea that HBK is so involved and knows what's going on.
It's like they really tap in. We talk about the internet culture. Like you can tell some of the stuff they do, they really tap into, whether it's they see a tweet about it and they really kind of dive headfirst into it, whether it's like the Trick Williams entrance, whether it's teaming Trick Williams with I guess what's his name? I gotta find his name. I gotta stop. Javon Evans, teaming Trick Williams with Javon Evans, making them a tag team. Like some of the stuff they've done on NXT television lets you know that they're listening to the fans, bro. And one other thing, we talk about crossover, and we love crossover. E-Rock, this is for you. The NXT Battleground pay-per-view is at a UFC arena, right?
That's what I was saying, yeah.
So we talk about the crossover effect. Like that's gonna that UFC having that pay-per-view in the UFC kind of like space is gonna put NXT to a lot of different eyes that have never seen it before. So shout out to Shawn Michaels.
We told with all that, let's just talk the business aspect of it, right? The business aspect is in TKO or Endeavor. I forgot which one owns it now. They own both entities. So like literally, you're halving your production costs. What that happens to net operating?
Yeah. Oh boy, yeah. Dana White was just recently at a press conference, and he mentioned Power Slap, UFC, and WWE going into a city on a weekend and taking over one arena, selling it out Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's coming soon. We've only hit the tip of the iceberg on this UFC deal. All right, let me switch gears real quick. AEW Forbidden Door Watch Party. You can watch free with us at Dave & Buster's Sunday, June 30th. That's the next one. And then also it was announced this week or last week that on Saturday, July 6th, AEW Collision returns, but not to FedEx Forum. They're going back to Landers Center. And this is what all three of us were talking about previously. I feel like FedEx Forum is just too big. It's too big of a beast to fill up for AEW at this point. But those tickets are dropping July the 6th, Landers Center, AEW Collision.
The operational costs are a fraction.
Yeah. Also, I've got a couple of notes here that I'll just fly by. Some notes that I had jotted down during, and like I said, it was only 2 weeks that we didn't have the pod. But Buff Bagwell broke the internet a little bit for us with Memphis Wrestling. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah, I bet you wish you could take the belt off him afterwards.
Well, we had to. I mean, he really couldn't compete. Also, the payoff is going to be good too. So there's another surprise coming.
Yeah,
I think you were
I'm
there for
excited
that. So there's another surprise coming. But Buff Bagwell and him winning the Memphis Wrestling Tag Team titles with Big John Dalton. It was recorded. It was like all over PW Insider, SES Scoops. Gosh, 411 Mania.
So
Meltzer talked about it.
It's so dope to see that because it's like everybody was so happy to see Buff doing well, right?
I know.
It wasn't like any like it was the weirdos in the comments on the Facebook comments were being negative. Like, oh my god,
that's what they do.
Yeah,
that's what they do. Just like wrestling fans sit front row and talk shit and talk to the wrestlers, they do it on the internet too. So like you can't anything that gets a lot of views or goes viral, you're gonna get some negative people because that's just what they do.
John Dalton's dad.
Huh?
How stoked was John Dalton's
Oh
dad?
my god. Hugging his son, he cried. It was great. It was just a great moment. That's the type of stuff that back when you started with Memphis Wrestling, back in the day when we first met, they would not do that stuff for us, never. And so I feel like that's something that 10 years from now we'll look back, and if Big John Dalton's on WWE programming or doing bigger and better things, we'll look back and go, man, remember we did this? That was really cool. So anyway, Buff Bagwell. There's some other news and notes. Will Ospreay is Tony Khan's favorite wrestler at this point, right?
he has no choice, bro.
He's wrestling Swerve Strickland, so he won this championship belt, and now he just won something last night. And now he's got a shot at Swerve and the title.
He has no choice, bro, because I feel like as far as the television show, that AEW product, bro, is week to week. It's holding on by a thread, bro. I mean, I'm gonna go to the show when it comes because I love live wrestling.
Absolutely.
It's like, bro, it's holding on by a thread week by week.
WWE legend Brooklyn Brawler is appearing on Memphis Wrestling this Friday and Saturday during the on the program.
Brawler's
I got
the man.
I'll let you rock out.
I will say this. I've been listening
Late 80s, early 90s wrestling, bro. Like,
yeah.
No, like the Brooklyn Brawler, I only know him as like a jobber, so that's why I'm gonna let y'all rock.
I've been listening to a lot of Chris Van Vliet's interviews, and I listened to his with Brooklyn Brawler. It was really good. I listened to Top Dollar, AJ Francis, John Cena, those interviews. We went on a trip on Memorial Day weekend, so I was listening to all that. So if you guys haven't listened to Chris Van Vliet, you got to check it out. Enzo and AJ Francis are both coming to Memphis Wrestling on Sunday, June 23rd. They'll be in the same building at the same time, and I cannot wait to hear that promo battle. And I've got one last note that I wrote down.
What's that?
Tiffy time.
Oh yeah, I am in on Tiffy time. I think she has one of the best finishes in wrestling. To be honest with you, the most beautiful moonsault. I think is one of the best finishes in wrestling. She has the look. I think her in-ring work is all right because she seems like she has like 3 moves, right? The Alabama Slam.
I think she's really good.
Oh, she's good.
Really good.
Like she has the potential to be a superstar, right? Like
but what about the controversy?
I think it was addressed.
Did you care? Did you care about anything?
No, because it was addressed, right, by the people in the situation. And I think for the internet to blow it up the way it did, it's like, yo, like if she keeps, you know what I'm saying? If she keeps doing it and it's like Bianca and them are like, yo, what's wrong with this chick? Like, then we can talk about it. But
it was like a funny sound clip, like how you remix a TikTok sound or something, I think.
Yeah.
But it was in very bad taste. I mean, like that's just
yeah, because the internet can take anything and run with it. But I'm a fan of time, man. People are like, oh, they took her off television because I'm like, nah, bro, like
they didn't know.
Shout out Tiffy time, man. I'm a big fan. I will say too, I have a rant before we get out here in 7 minutes. But my girl Jay gotta keep working the performance center, bro. She gotta keep working. I love they put the belts on Bianca and Jade because that duo is amazing. And I watch every match. They're appointment television. But my girl Jade, bro, Bianca has to save her a lot. Yeah. And you can tell Bianca's like showing her the ropes every match. So yeah, Jay, get back in the performance center. Get right.
Yeah, bunch of news and notes. If you guys have anything, you could tweet us at Grind City Media. Coming up this week on Memphis Wrestling, Friday and Saturday on Action News 5+. You can live chat with us coming up on Saturday at noon. Of course, we've got the story continuing with Buff Bagwell, but this week, WWE legend Brooklyn Brawler is going to be on Memphis Wrestling, and then we have a loaded schedule. Check this out.
Join us for Memphis Wrestling Live this Sunday, June 2nd. The innovator of violence, Tommy Dreamer, returns to Memphis Wrestling, plus ECW star Kid Cash. Save $5 with code ECW at checkout. Saturday, June 22nd, it's Wrestling Night at AutoZone Park with the Memphis Redbirds. Sunday, June 23rd, TNA Wrestling star AJ Francis returns to Memphis Wrestling, plus former WWE star, the real one, Enzo. Sunday, June 30th, watch AEW Forbidden Door with us at Dave & Buster's in Memphis. It's free to watch. All tickets are on sale now. Get yours right now at memphiswrestling.tv.
As you can see, Memphis Wrestling is absolutely loaded, and it's all going down this Sunday with Tommy Dreamer and Kid Cash. Devin, what you got going on this weekend?
Really nothing, bro. Like I said, the off season's really when I get to kick my feet up and relax. I'll be watching a lot of wrestling.
Pull up.
Watching playoffs. I'll be tapped in. I'll be like bitching about wrestling t-shirts being horrible now. Because we see this shirt I'm wearing right now, it's from 98. It's a dope look, dope logo, dope everything. And I go on WWEshop.com thinking I'm going to go on there and see if I can find me a nice little gym ski, Go on AWShop.com and see if I can find me a little gym, And
you might be able to send old Tommy Dreamer a message. He's all big onto the old school original shirts.
Yeah, I'm going to have to send him a message from, let him know he's going to get DM from @MemGrizz.
Okay. He'll definitely respond to that one.
Yeah. So I'm gonna send him a DM because I need some I gotta get some new shirts because like I said, these new shirts, bro, they just not like okay, so for instance, I know we got 5 minutes. MJF comes back, right? And he says his phrase, the wolf of something, whatever he said. AEW puts it on a freaking t-shirt, and it's like they just like lazy ass
typed it out.
Yeah, typed it out and put it on a shirt. Like, what are we doing? No figurehead, no face, no design, just the words on the shirt. Bro, what are we doing? Bring back dope wrestling shirts. Bring them back. We need them. People like me, we need them. Stop with these ass designs, these basic ass 2024. Nobody cares about design. Give me some art. Give me some. Look at this. Look at what
Devin. A small guy like me in this field, I can't find somebody that can print that style.
Yeah, I mean,
it's very hard. I cannot find a local person to print a design like what you're talking about, like the big design that looks like a music shirt or something.
Like this shirt this shirt is so detailed. It has glitter in between his name, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you
like,
can't.
But
if somebody had to get it graphically design it, make it and then format it correctly, then get it to the printer. It's a lot more expensive.
Well, the printer, my printers can't print that big. I've looked all over. If anybody is listening to this podcast and you print huge on a t-shirt on the front, just like what Devin's wearing, hit your boy up because nobody can do it. They say they can do it and then they can't do it.
I need dope designs, bro. Like it didn't have to be a big face design. I just need cool designs, bro. I feel like people they're not putting enough effort into the design. Like WWE, they need to hire somebody that used to make the shirts back in the day and modernize the old designs and bring them back. Because I'm so sick and tired of these old ass, wrinkly ass designs they're putting on these t-shirts.
All right, rant over. Try to beat that, Eric. And I know that you're just here for the adult conversation. But what you got going on this weekend?
I'm gonna defer the remaining 3 minutes that I have back to Devin to let him keep ranting.
So mad about it, bro. I'm sorry. I just was on WWE Shop this week and I got really mad about it. And I put it in my notes for the podcast. I'm like, I gotta talk to him about this because I'm so pissed about it. So 5-star, if you can find somebody to make cool designs, I will buy the shirts. I don't care. I will. Right. You know me. I will rock a dope t-shirt in a heartbeat.
Well, that's all the time we have this week on Grind City Wrestling, and I'm sure that Jay Uso, we've left so much out, but we'll be able to talk about it in the coming weeks. But until then, I am Dustin Starr. He is Devin Walker, baby, and for E-Rock, Eric McMahon, saying, so long, everybody. Y'all better be there Sunday, too, by the way. Tommy Dreamer's going to kick somebody's ass.
Is he really?
Oh, yeah.
Dreamer Sunday?